everyone who is here today. My name is Sherri Masson, and I'm part of Indivisible Huron Valley. I want to thank the members of the press who have joined us today. We appreciate your willingness to share the real stories about what's happening in Washington and how it impacts everyday working people in our community and around the country. After we hear from our speakers, we invite the press to speak with them if you wish, or back at the table by the fireplace. It's wonderful to see so many people here today, because there isn't a person here today who will not be impacted in some way by the chaos created by President Trump, Elon Musk, and MAGA-controlled Congress. Yeah. We've seen Musk and his tech bros use their chainsaw to cut out so-called waste and fraud. They've weaponized words like bureaucracy and regulation to convince us that these cuts are a good thing. But Americans, including Trump voters, are gradually learning to appreciate the regulations and bureaucracy as what we depend on daily to make our lives better and safe. You may be here because you're angry. Maybe you're a little frustrated. Yeah, and perhaps even afraid. But you're also here because you care. You care about the sick, the elderly, and the children who currently rely on Medicaid and SNAP food programs for survival. We're here because President Trump, Elon Musk, and his MAGA followers, like Representative Lisa McClain and Tom Barrett, want to cut the federal budget by trillions to give billionaires a tax cut. Last night, on her fake town hall, I heard Lisa McClain refer to this as a big, beautiful budget. But we know it's anything but beautiful and will hurt all of us, but especially those who rely on programs like Medicaid and SNAP. Why are we focusing on those two programs today? Because last week, the House Republicans just passed a budget proposal that will potentially kick millions off Medicaid food assistance, housing, and other life-saving programs to fund tax break to make the richest even richer.
That ain't right.
No. But now they need to figure out how to turn their unconscionable plan into reality and hope that those who voted for them in their districts are too distracted or misled to understand that they've been sold out. Well, we've got news for Representative McClain and every other MAGA enabler out there. We're all paying attention, and we're not going to remain silent. This includes over 52,000 children under the age of 19, 13,000 seniors over 65 in McClain's district alone. They are disabled children and veterans, seniors who need home care, people in poverty who want to feed their families. Extreme Republican budget plans threaten more than 78,000 people in McClain's district alone who count on SNAP to put food on the table. Now, just a few words about where we are now. Congressional Republicans have failed so far to pass an actual budget. Instead, they're offering what is called a continuing resolution to keep the government running until past Friday's deadline. Technically, a continuing resolution means the government continues to be funded by the current budget for a designated length of time. But this continuing resolution they have introduced is fraudulent. It increases defense spending by $6 billion and cuts domestic spending by $13 billion for things that cover about 1/3 of the budget. Things like the services we've just mentioned. Democrats need to stand together and vote no. More than likely, the House Democrats will do that. They don't have enough votes to keep it from passing, but in the Senate, there is the filibuster, the only tool left for Democrats to use as leverage. It may mean shutting down the government in order to bring Republicans to the table, and that won't be an easy vote for some Democrats to make, the senators, including ours. An average American doesn't even understand or follow politics this closely. It's up to us to stay informed and vocal about the truth. It's true that we can tell a great deal about a country by looking at the way they spend their money. The only job of government is to care for its people. That's it. No one should be working a job and still be hungry and unable to get health care. You are here today because you care. We're so grateful to have some generous people here today who have offered to tell their stories. But keep in mind, they're not just telling their personal stories. They're telling the stories of millions of American citizens who will suffer under this budget designed to take away needed services. So this is about what kind of government we want. A government for the rich or a government who cares for all of us.